So it's super important for you as an indie artist to know your target audience. But how do you find them? What's up guys, Brandon here from KDMR Music, the channel that teaches you how to be successful in the music business. So if you're new around here, we do videos about different music marketing tips, strategy, and then videos like this one where we break down simple concepts, but we also give you the steps to complete them. So if you're interested in that type of content, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out. And then don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you're actually notified when we post new content. So, like I said before the bumper ran, it's really important for indie artists to have a target audience, a small, niche, dedicated audience that you can go back to time and time again. Especially now when we're in the internet age and it's like there's so much content out there, right? Like I can turn on Netflix and every movie in the world, or it seems like it anyway. There's just an unlimited amount of content there at my disposal. But every now and then, Netflix will suggest, hey, here's some titles just for you. Well, how do they know that? That's the type of thing we're talking about today. So having your target audience is super important, like I said, because there are so many options out there. You want to make sure that there are people that are here just for you. And the people that are here just for you, your true fans, to put it another way, those are the people who are going to spend money on you all the time, right? Or most often. So, what you want to do is make sure you're tailoring content to them as opposed to just throwing things out there and hoping that people will come to you. And I want to break down a few mistakes that I see artists making. And clearly, they're not thinking about who their target audience might be. So as you guys know, I run a Facebook group called the Indie Club. You should certainly join. It's a free networking and support group for indie musicians as well as aspiring music industry professionals. So I'll leave the link in the description of this video. But obviously, who's in the group? Artists, managers, PR agents, entertainment lawyers, people like that. And we discuss the music business, different questions people may have, and so on. Every now and then we get someone who joins the group and then they just start spamming the group with links. And I know this is not something that only happens in my group, right? And the problem with that is a lot of times what will happen is people as an artist will see there's a certain number of people in this group. So if there's 5,000 people in this group and I post my music video, then that might be, maybe that gets me 5,000 views if I'm super, super lucky. But all views aren't the same, right? Because I'm a musician. Actually, I'm not a musician. I'm a music industry educator. And honestly, most of the music that people put in these types of groups just aren't really my cup of tea. I'd honestly rather be listening to jazz or like a lo-fi hip-hop playlist while I'm doing work because I'm working and not really listening to music for fun all the time, right? And so when people post that type of music or or other types of music that I'm not interested in, I'm completely turned off. But even beyond that, you got to make sure that if you're posting in a group, you're posting in a group that's actually designed for your music to be posted in, right? So who's your target audience? Your target audience is probably not other musicians, although it could be. It's very much possible that if you're an indie rock songwriter, you play guitar, things like that, then yeah, a lot of your audience who is going to appreciate what it is you're doing, they may be songwriters themselves or they may play the guitar themselves. The same with like underground or super lyrical hip hop. There are a lot of people who rap, but they just enjoy listening to other rappers as well, right? So there are always going to be a certain subset of your audience who is a musician as well. But usually, your audience is not just musicians. The people who are spending money on music for fun, those are your audience. So how do you find them? Well, there's a few ways to look for a target audience, right? The easiest way to start is to look for people who like musicians that are similar to you. So if you play in the style of Coldplay, then looking for other contemporary style musicians and following their fan bases may help get you somewhere, right? But after a while, once you get that initial pull or that initial push of an audience, then you want to start looking inward. You want to start looking at your audience. Who are the people that are buying? Who are the people that are commenting on your social media? Who are the people that repeat purchase? Who are your repeat customers? Those are the people who are your target. Those are the people that you want to reach out to because they're most likely to have a greater value for you in the long run. That way, you can stop doing things like posting your music in Facebook groups or forums and things like that. Places where you're just throwing darts in a blind alley, you know? And that's not going to get you as much success as you would like. So, finding your target audience, again, start with musicians that sound like you. Start by following people who follow those artists or deciding to play shows that are in that vein or going to concerts in that vein. Maybe you can open up for some of these musicians. So start there. Once you start getting the ball rolling, your social media numbers start growing, your ticket sales start growing, your merchandise sales start growing. Start looking at the data that you're getting for yourself. Look at who's visiting your website. Look who's on your Facebook page, your Instagram page, your TikTok, all these things. And then you can make an informed decision once you have enough data and you can go back and retarget those people. And it never hurts to ask. You can always run a survey and ask your audience, hey, how'd you find out about me? Where do you go to listen to music? What kinds of other things are you into besides music? Maybe your target audience is sneaker collectors or record collectors or comic book collectors. You never know. Now, sometimes your music can inform that decision, but you want to make sure. So getting that data directly from your audience is an amazing way to go about it. So I hope you enjoyed this video with a few tips on how to find your target audience. If you've got any questions, leave them in the comments of this video. I'm happy to help you out. Make sure you give me a like, a subscribe, whatever. If you want to stay in touch, then again, like the video, give it a thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe to the channel if you want to hear more, see more videos, and let's stay in touch. Peace.